Hello, group number 3. This is Kamara of Water and Spirit. How are you? Welcome to your reading on your ancestor's message about your future spouse. Something like that. I keep kind of changing little words around. But this is your ancestor's message about a future spouse in that relationship. And group number 3, you chose the Holy Grail. It kind of reminds me of the Ace of Cups, a new beginning. It says here, inner discovery, finding sacredness, you are what you seek. And we also have another oracle message, Mother of Earth, fertile ground, the number 40. 40 could be someone's age. It also could be the number 4, which is stability. But let's talk about the Holy Grail. It was said that this cup, thousands and thousands of years old, was a cup that Jesus or Yahweh drank from. And it says it was also this very same cup that was used to collect his blood from the crucifixion. This is a card about inner discovery, finding and connecting with your sacredness. But it also says you are what you seek. So your ancestors are pointing to a very important realization you will have, group number 3, as you enter into the field, I'm hearing, of this relationship that will lead to partnership or marriage. They're saying this field is one of sacred holiness. It will come at a time where you are not searching outside of yourself for the truth. Now, for some of you, this is a collective message, only take what resonates. For some of you, you may be shifting some religious views when you are getting ready to come into this relationship. There may be something about how you are really taking a more internal look at your relationship with God, the Creator. And there's something too about you inviting in the divine, really being on a quiet quest, seeking and searching for a more true relationship with the divine. And your ancestors are saying this will be such a pivotal point in your life, because I think you were raised with one pathway to know God, and something shifts, whether it's in this relationship or slightly before it, where you gain a new understanding of God. And some of your ancestors are saying you're going to realize this through a connection with the earth, through understanding, this is like a Queen of Pentacles even, through understanding your abundance. And your ancestors are saying not necessarily making more money, even though you will be. You'll feel very financially stable when this relationship rolls around. But it's also about being in your earthly energy. Some of you may be a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. You don't have to be. But you might be in that energy when this relationship comes to you. There's something here about the earth. Whether you will be working in earth-themed kind of careers, I'm hearing. Something around sustainability, maybe eco-tourism, maybe organic farming, maybe herbalism. Your ancestors are saying the earth is vast. But for some of you who have been thinking about connecting your life work to the earth. There's a small few of you who come from a community, a culture that has a close relationship to the earth. So that might even come into focus for you. Whatever it is, group number 3, you're going to be feeling very whole when this relationship comes forward. And because many of you are in different timelines, I'm being showed that this relationship may usher you into this wholeness. But there's something very fertile about what you're doing. What the kind of you're going to be in your very creative state of mind. Ideas are coming to you. For once in your life, you feel very grounded financially when this cup presents itself. And this cup, your ancestors are pointing it out to me. This cup is it's so struck by light. It's almost as if the sun is living inside of this cup. This is going to be a very visible relationship, a relationship that tends to have eyes on it. For good or bad, your relationship, and it's kind of interesting that the ancestors are bringing this up, but they're saying it's a very public relationship. Many people will see you with this partner, will see you with this person, and we're going to find out more about that. But a few more things about the Earth Mother. This is going to be a relationship where you both are very present with each other. Even if there's a lot of movement in this relationship, you might become involved with someone who's very visible, very popular. I can name all the things. It's so funny. There's some channels where, the readings are always like, a famous rapper is going to meet you or a famous celebrity. It could be that. And your ancestors are kind of smiling. But it could be just someone who's very well known and respected for the work that they do, regardless of what it is. This is going to be someone who really sees you. You're going to know in this relationship you see each other for who you are. But they specifically, group number 3, see you as someone who's so generous, so kind with your time. There's a warmth and a love about you that this person will love. And in this particular kind of reading, you could take the energies back and forth. But this is a love that will involve community. This is a love that will involve the earth community, I'm hearing. So there's something about your relationship that feels a little non-ordinary, like it's being held by a whole community, group number 3, and it focuses on home. For some of you, your ancestors are saying you may end up moving to a community that fully embraces and loves you, and you realize this is your home. This is your forever home. It's a community that's very beautiful, like earth-wise. It's very lush and there's all kind of flowers growing around. It could be like an island. It's giving that kind of energy, but it doesn't have to be. But it's a place where flowers grow in abundance, where you start to feel abundance simply off of that earth energy. So for some of you, and it doesn't have to resonate with everyone, there may be some children that come out of this relationship. Some of you in this group may have children. Your partner may have children. If no one has children, and if not, aren't any children in the future of this relationship, then it really means that you have angels of prosperity watching over you both in this relationship. There are things that happen in this relationship that help you realize that this is a relationship where you both are winning. I think your ancestors are saying in the past, group number 3, you've been in relationships that were quite stingy, where the energy wasn't reciprocal, where you had to really rely on yourself to get anything done. And they're saying this relationship changes that whole dynamic, that whole entire dynamic. Because I think for some of you in this group, you may end up having a business partnership with your partner, meaning you both are going to rise to higher heights when it comes to your financial and material wealth. Lovely. Okay, let's get to the part where we look at your relationship. I'm just bringing out my guide here. I covered it with cards. Okay, so the first we're going to create, I'm going to put these a little bit to the side. We're going to create 2 groups, 2 piles. One pile will be of your energy, group number 3, and the other pile will be of your future spouse's energy or future partner's energy. Now, because we're reading for more than one person, please and feel free to interchange the piles if needed. If both piles feel strongly like you, then know that this future partner is mirroring these qualities. You have shared qualities. But let's go to group number 1 is, and you know what? I will, for just the sake of the reading, if there's one partner that feels prominent to me, like you, I feel like this is a you energy, I might stay with that. But again, feel free to interchange it. So, group number 1, what's your energy for partner number 1? The energy for partner number 1. Cards are kind of sticky. I'm going to shuffle them one more time. Okay. Partner number 1's energy. Partner number 1's energy. Oh, wow. I'm being told to take this one, which is the warrior. Be fearless and stand strong. Awesome. And the energy for partner number 3, stag. Now, like I said, these can interchange, but it's beautiful. For some people, maybe both of you are in more of a masculine energy. You don't have to be. But let's start with partner number 1, the warrior. Be fearless, stand strong. You know, this partner could be from New Zealand. Maybe you're thinking about moving to New Zealand or that part of the world. This partner could also be, in a broader sense, specific islander, or you are. I'm kind of getting this pile is the partner, but we'll see. Warrior sticks out to me. This is a partner that's very direct and doesn't mind fighting. That's what your ancestors are saying. But they're like, not physically. I mean, there may be, how do I want to say? This partner may train in that way. Like they might be a warrior that trains physically. They're not a fighter like that. They don't mind being direct and getting to the source of the problem if there ever is any kind of misunderstanding. They're a very strong type. They're very direct. Your ancestors are saying they're not for everyone, meaning not everyone can handle the energy of this person. But there's something about your relationship where this person is they can tap into a part of themselves that they don't express very often. With you, they feel like they can bring to you some of their frustrations about the things they may have to navigate in life. Um, I'm getting because of their traditions, maybe because of their culture, how they have had to grow up. And, for this person, they may fight a lot against colonized ways of thinking. This person, this is so literal, but I do have to mention it. If they are from New Zealand, they may have face tattoos, like their traditional tattoos. If they don't, it's something that says that their culture means a lot to them. I mean, so much so, it's embedded in all of who they are. Let's find out more about this person before I say more. Interesting that we got the damsel. And then we've got the Avenger. This person has, and you're going to find in this relationship, this person has very distinct energies. If you think this pile is you and you're more in the feminine energy, then there's a sense that you're always being mistaken as someone who needs help, who might be helpless. But really, this is you on the inside. You're a warrior. You fight. You stand up for things. You like the scales of justice to be balanced. Let me just kind of allow you to choose which pile, and I'm just going to speak in general about who this partner is. This is someone who fights for justice. This is why Spirit mentioned that they don't mind fighting. This is a person who doesn't like to hide behind any kind of false talk, any kind of, what do we call that? Bypassy, spiritual bypassy kind of talk. This is a person who likes directness. This is a person who likes to know if someone is their friend or someone is their enemy. Like the way that I'm talking right now, they're kind of like that. I mean, your ancestors are saying there could be a little bit of a black and white kind of stance this person has when it comes to certain things. Like either you're for us or against us. Either you're part of the solution or you're part of the problem. Like this person, either uses that kind of talk or they're very much a believer that we have to take a stand. And that stand, group number 3, it's kind of strongly a part of this partner's identity. They're not a person to be messed with. They're not a person who likes the trifles of life. I'm hearing. I don't know why your ancestors are using that word, but they don't like any trifling behavior. That's something my grandmother would have said. Like they like the directness. They like the authenticity. They are here to change the world. At least when it comes to their community, it comes to the people that they take care of, that they feel a responsibility towards. This is not someone who will ever compromise their values for money, for anything. You're never gonna find this person doing the quote sellout thing. They're not gonna do that. They would not compromise who they are. For popularity, for money, whatever. Like this is not that person. I've been traditionally doing 4 cards here, but that came out very strong. Oh, that's a lot of cards. Hold on. Say more about this person. Yeah, one more card, Spirit, and then we'll clean that up. Yeah. This person, I think they are their most gentle, their most kind and compassionate when they're in nature. When they are in nature, this person feels safe. They feel like they can be open. They feel inspired by nature. This person, outside of like the obvious New Zealand kind of reference with this picture, they could be indigenous from any place around the world, but they come from a culture that's very earth based, meaning this person, that's their home is nature. You will find this person loves to go out in nature a lot. I'm hearing the bush. They may refer to nature as the bush, but they like to go out and camp and be with nature. They may even go alone in nature and just do like a vision quest, like something of that nature. They're very, that's their medicine. That's the place where they find a lot of joy. This person also could love animals. They may have a few dogs, a few cats, rabbits, like they might live in a place that's kind of rural, like, they may end up taking care of like the animals around them. Um, they have a relationship with animals, even wild animals. Like they have a deep reverence and respect for the animal kingdom. This person is also, oh my gosh, they are an extraordinary artist. Whatever they do, whether they paint, whether they carve or sculpt or play music or write, whatever they do that's artistic, it's like you can sense all of their senses flowing into the way that they create. They do things that are very interdimensional. This person can do kind of that traditional artwork that you see that comes out of ayahuasca. Like when you look at that artwork, it's like multidimensional. It doesn't have to revolve around plant medicine, but it's kind of like, I'm thinking of what is that? This is from Australia. Australia has Dreamtime kind of artwork. They might do that. I think when they show you their artwork, you're going to be blown away. People are blown away by their art, and they're going to tell you that they receive downloads when they're in nature. They receive images coming from their ancestors from nature. This person's very deep. Person in partner one. And in partner two, wow, this is someone who has such a deep trust of life, who understands their position in the world. They understand how they need to move. It's so interesting because this person is attracted to the stag in this partner. You know what I mean? Like there's something very instinctual about partner two. They are also a very earth-based person. The way that they have very beautiful deer-like eyes, by the way. I've never noticed that when I brought out this card, but I do now. This partner, wow. They understand this other partner at a very natural, organic way. There's a shared resonance between the two partners. Because there is a commitment to the earth. There's a commitment to animals. There's something here about this connection where you both share the same commitment. You both, this partner is seen as someone who immediately stills the heart of the other partner. It's almost like, I don't want to say, love at first sight sounds a little flowery for this relationship, but there is an immediate shared resonance between both partners. This partner kind of sheds light on something this partner has not thought about before. So interesting. And it kind of like opens this partner up to this one. Yeah, this partner is a teacher, a very deep teacher. This partner has walked through life, learned how to communicate their experiences. This partner actually could work in the sciences as well, and they could be a literal teacher, but in this relationship, this partner is a teacher. They've had to heal themselves. This partner has had a very difficult childhood, one that they've had to spend a lot of time healing, especially some kind of oppressive childhood. And now this partner may even work with children as a way of giving back because they don't like to see children suffering. This partner, that's interesting because Spirit is bringing me back to this card. Remember how I said there might be children in this relationship? I think this one of the partners works with children. They don't necessarily have to have any children. They may, but there's a children as a vital primary part of this person's life. They may work with children in a mentoring kind of way, helping children who are not having the easiest life at such a young time in their life. This person understands that. This person will share with you. Oh, two cards fell out, but I'm going to take them both. This person may share with you in such a way that you realize just how pure they are. Their heart is so pure. They're so they so care about the children of the world and making sure they have a world to live in. you know it's interesting because this card came out too, and your ancestor said keep it because this person, for this group, the stag, I mean, I don't know if you've heard that expression before, like when there's a stag party. This person presents in a way that many people find attractive. People love their strength. They're attracted to this person's strength, but they're also attracted to this person's purity. And this person gets a lot of positive attention. Well, I don't know. Your guides are saying sometimes it's not so positive, but they get a lot of attention. They could be unintentionally seductive, meaning they're not really fully aware of how they're seen in the world, but they are very attractive to people. Yeah, the bottom, Spirit said, look at the bottom of the deck. We have athletic. They could have a very nice body, like something that people notice. People are like, whoa, they love it. So let's go to how your relationship shows up in the material world. Group number 3. How is this relationship going to show up in the material world? Getting to know each other. Yeah, I think your ancestors are saying here that this is going to be a relationship that unfolds. It may even be like a slow burn, but you know that it's true love. Because I think as it unfolds, as you both get to know each other, group number 3, there is this sense that you both, as you unfold to each other, that you both are the ones for each other. Yeah, there could be religious factors that come into play in this relationship. And Spirit is saying religious, cultural, like take that a little broader. There may be things that you both have to get to know about each other spiritually. I don't think it's going to be a problem, but it is going to be something that comes into play for some reason. Your ancestors are saying this: you deserve love. This relationship is going to teach you that you are worthy. It's going to teach you that you deserve to be loved by someone who really understands you. Bottom of the deck is an engagement. It may lead to something serious quite quickly. Well, quicker than your normal pace. Let's say that. It may lead to something that's a little bit more, the commitment comes fairly soon. Now, the medicine that will bind you both, that will keep you both together, look at that. Wow. Rejuvenation. Wow. It says green tourmaline plant. The earth is going to be the place where you both bond. You both bond around this commitment to the earth, to the trees, to the spiritual healing that's involved with that relationship. And group number 3, this is the medicine that keeps you both together. It's the thing that helps you both transform as you stay in this relationship, transforming you both partners, both partners getting to know each other more, changing with each other, growing with each other. There's a lot of green in this relationship, a lot of prosperity in this relationship. Yeah, I see a lot of earth here. So beautiful, group number 3. So if this resonated with you in any way, could you consider giving it a thumbs up? It's a way to help me grow this brand new channel. If you like the way that I channel the ancestors, and this is a channel dedicated to ancestral messages, please consider subscribing. I really do appreciate you all for taking your time to come and listen to this reading. Please let me know in the comments below if any of this resonated. And until next time, my honeys, take care.